Very good Thursday morning to everyone out there. Meteorologist Landon Hampton here with you early this morning to bring you the Whether or Not Bowling Green video update. Now, we're going to be looking at cloud cover increasing today. We're not going to be looking at as much sunshine as what we experienced yesterday, but we are going to be dealing with much warmer temperatures this afternoon, skyrocketing between the upper 60s and lower 70s. Now, it'll be a very similar setup as we get into the final day of the work week. A bit more cloud cover in store, but then widespread showers and storms will be taking over this weekend, so that is what we're going to be keeping the focus on. Before we get started, let's recap our Wednesday overlooking the beautiful city of Morgantown, Kentucky, aka Funkhauser Hill. Some high cirrus clouds out there, but outside of that, sunshine dominated throughout the day. It was a beautiful day, a little bit chilly though, with those winds out of the north. Afternoon highs ranging right there around the mid-50s. But getting to the activity this morning, there's really not much activity at all. Overlooking the white squirrel weather cam, we've got the moon and the stars out. Crystal clear out there early this morning, but again, those mid and high level clouds will be increasing here very shortly. With the clear skies in place, a very chilly start for us. Temperatures hanging out between the low and mid 30s. Make for sure that those kiddos bundle up before the bus stop, and make for sure that you bundle up before you head out the door for that morning commute very early on this Thursday. Now, looking at those current winds, they remain out of the north and east, but as this area of high pressure located to our east continues to filter down the east coast, those will be turning out of the south, and that's going to result in our much warmer temperatures as we get into the mid-afternoon hours of today. Looking at the current radar, we've got this batch of showers and storms across far eastern Missouri and working through southern Illinois as well. Might get in on a few light sprinkles out of this, but it's really not going to be producing too much. That area of high pressure to our east should be combating this and washing this out to a little more than increasing cloud cover a little bit later this morning. Here's a look at the surface setup. Speaking of that area of high pressure, you can see it located over northern Virginia. That's what's filtering in those northeasterly winds, but as this slides down the east coast, those winds are going to be turning out of the south a little bit later today. We have this stationary front draped down across the deep south. That's going to be lifting north over our region as a warm front, and that is what is going to help reinforce those southerly winds. That will be not only increasing our temperatures, but that will be increasing our moisture parameters as well, which will be setting us up for widespread rain chances this upcoming weekend. So here's a look at the surface setup. We're going to be looking at this high pressure working off to our east, but more importantly, attention is over the plains. We have this deep low pressure system trying to get its act together. That's going to be slowly meandering eastward as we progress throughout the final day of the work week and into the start of our weekend. Counterclockwise flow around that area of low pressure is going to be churning in that Gulf moisture. We're going to have the lift in place. We're going to have the moisture in place. We're going to have some instability in place as well. Could be looking at some embedded thunderstorms and widespread rain showers moving through here. So the best time to see the wet stuff appears to be Saturday morning through early Sunday morning, before we catch a break by Sunday afternoon. But as we get into our Sunday night and into Monday, another wave of energy, another area of low pressure is going to track north and east across the Ohio Valley. That's going to be bringing another round of showers and storms for us Monday through Tuesday of next week. So as you can tell, we have a very active pattern in store over the next few days. Looking at the upper levels of the atmosphere, you can see the upper low cutting off over here on the plains, and then it gets to working our way. Going to stay very warm for us throughout this upcoming weekend and into the early part of next week. But as that other area of low pressure moves through here Monday into Tuesday, you can see there a bit more colder air trying to filter in here to our west. We're going to be keeping an eye on that as it could be bringing us another cold shot here across the lower Ohio Valley. Looking at precipitation, I showed you the storms earlier in southern Illinois and eastern Missouri. That looks to wash out as it moves south and east over the region. Not expecting much at all out of this, maybe some sprinkles, but majority of us will only be experiencing an increase in cloud cover. Then as we work into our Friday, you can see the moisture starting to become more abundant down here to our south and west. Then as that upper level lows pinwheels here across the northern tier of the Show Me State, aka Missouri, we're going to have this batch of showers and storms blowing up ahead of that area of low pressure. Now that looks to weaken the first round as it works over us through our Saturday morning, but look right here across western Kentucky. We have a stronger line that blows up there as we get into our Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Could be bringing some strong storms along with it. We'll have to keep a very close eye on that. But then as we get into the latter part of our Saturday into Saturday afternoon, we should be drying out here across our vicinity. Would like to point out the severe weather outlook for Saturday. This is put together by the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. We are underneath a marginal risk for severe weather, so nothing widespread, but we might see a few isolated instances of maybe some small hail, perhaps a stray severe wind gust or two along with that. So again, that's something for you to take note of, especially if you have outdoor plans throughout that upcoming weekend. Now here's a look at the next 5 days, brought to you by Cheetah Clean Auto Wash. Going to be looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, maybe an isolated sprinkle or two. Highs will be ranging between the upper 60s and lower 70s. More cloud cover is anticipated as we get into our Friday. It should be a little bit warmer as well, with highs between the low and mid 70s. Widespread showers and storms taking over throughout our Saturday. Highs remaining in the low 70s. We're going to keep the 70s around throughout our Sunday and Monday as well, with rain chances continuing. Another round of widespread showers and storms looks to move in here as we get into our Monday afternoon and all the way through Tuesday. So that's going to wrap up this Thursday morning edition of the Whether or Not Bowling Green video update. Any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Other than that, you all have a fantastic remainder of the week and soak in the warmth before that rain arrives this upcoming weekend. You all have a great day.